Good evening, everybody. Hey, I'm Natasha Denman, the Red Ninja,
And I'm Donna Brown, the Purple Ninja.
and we are the Ninja Business Chicks. Yeah. Hope everyone's doing and having a fantastic night so far. We have done a few bits and pieces online, and now we're here fully present for you. What we want to check in with, first of all, is to make sure that you can hear us and you can see our PowerPoint presentation. See if we can get a couple of hellos, and there's still more people trickling through and arriving, so we might just give them a minute to do so. So, what's that? Okay. Okay, maybe you can't hear us.
Can anyone hear us? If you can you leave a comment on... Oh,
Yes,
hello!
yeah.
Thank you!
Hey, Karen and Brenda. Great to see you. And we've got a few other people. Yes, they can hear us. Perfect. Hi, Julie. Awesome to see you. So, what do you reckon? Do we give other people a go, and or do we give these guys the hot content? And
I reckon we wait one more minute. While we're waiting, do you guys have any specific ninja questions that have been burning you, waiting for this webinar to come up that we can answer, or are you happy just to wait until we get cracking into the content? Because we're here to share, and then obviously this is not staged, so ask us whatever you want to ask us.
Yeah, no, it's been fantastic, and that the fan page is really growing, and we're adding a lot of tips, as you can see. Lately, with this week, I've declared it to be Sales Excellence Week, so I've been posting up there lots of cool sales tips because I'm going through a bit of a program, and I thought, what's the best way to actually teach or know the stuff for myself is actually to teach it to others. So I've been really, really, bringing out this material, recording some videos and things like that, which are really awesome, and I can't wait to share more of that sort of stuff with you guys. Brenda's just asking, when is your book ready? We're hoping that before the 17th, because we're having a book launch at the Eltham Library on the 17th. This is in Melbourne, obviously. So, what's today? The 8th. So, really, it should be under 10 days if we are going to make that book launch. And the person who's booked in that book launch for us is actually the person that is responsible for organizing the printing and everything, because she's affiliated with the library. So that's to answer your question.
So hopefully by the end of this week, we're hoping. As soon as we get them, we'll post them out to everyone who's pre-ordered it. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like our cover? And Julie's keen to get our ninja secrets, and
we are keen to share them with you, Julie.
Awesome. And Brenda's just saying woohoo. Okay, awesome. So let's get started, because everyone else can catch up on the recording if they missed the very first bit. So the first bit is just to introduce ourselves, who we are. So we'll give Donna the stage right now.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So I am the Purple Ninja, but a lot of you may know me as the Work From Home Queen. And what I've been doing for over the past 7 years is running a virtual assistant practice, the Office Buddy. And over time, some of you may know that that's kind of, although that is still running with my team, I'm actually now specializing more in training and growing the industry and helping people to work virtually from home. So I do a lot of mentoring and supporting new and existing VAs. I have authored my book, Work in Your PJs, and obviously co-authored our Ninja Couch marketing book that's coming out hopefully by the end of this week. And I do a lot of speaking at professional development days. Actually, my next speaking gig is at the Australasian Association of Professional Organisers. They've got a conference coming up in August, so I'm really excited to be speaking there up in Sydney. So that's going to be awesome. I'm actually teaching them about PJ organizer, how to profit from the couch, and that's my whole bravado, I guess, working from home in your pajamas. And I have been nominated for the Telstra Business Women of the Year twice, so that's pretty cool. And Nat, what about yourself?
Well, and something you didn't tell me, you're organising a power weekend in Sydney in August.
It's to coincide. So basically, the conference are covering my cost of my flights, and I thought, well, you know what? I've got a lot of clients in Sydney and a lot of people that have always asked me when I'm going to go up and hang out with them. So why not run this PJ Power Weekend? We're running it in Manly on the 2nd and 3rd of August. I think that's the Friday and the Saturday. And it's 48 hours of working in your pajamas if you want. You don't have to. On the beaches in this beautiful place right on the beach at Manly, working on your business, having seriously, the amount of things you'll get done in these 48 hours will be more than you could get done in a month alone in your business. It's going to be so much fun. And what I love about it, there's only 6 people that come. It's like a massive girls' sleepover
Ah,
slash business mastermind slash awesome group of business growth. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. I've had so
and
much interest.
I've heard that there's going to be blankies involved. And when I heard there's going to be blankies involved, I love working under my blankie. So I thought that was a really cool idea. Cool. So just very quickly on who I am, and I'm the Red Ninja. And I have authored 3 books so far. One all on my own, one with Donna, and one with a whole bunch of other coaches. So my background is obviously in coaching. However, I've specifically niched in ultimate weight loss is my core business, which is all about helping people lose the last 10 kilos. And at the moment, I have 25 licensees Australia wide actually running that with clients. And then Ultimate Business Edge is all around creating products for profit. So I teach people how to write those books and write those programs and write those manuals. And at the moment, I'm so excited. I'm bringing out a new program called Ultimate Procrastination Cure. And 10 easy steps to banish it from your life. So that's my current little product that I'm creating. Got a lot of background in human behavior and psychology, and really good at the psychology of marketing and selling and things like that. So that's why you heard me hearing. So being a duo that we are, Donna and I, she's absolutely fantastic at that sort of back end business. Would you say that's your real strength behind helping businesses?
Yeah,
And
streamlining it and
yeah.
what technology is available out in there to really make your life easier. Being able to work anywhere. So if you've got a business that you want to be able to work, that you want to run anywhere, then yeah, you do got to use a little bit of technology out there and really
Mm.
leverage yourself a bit better. And I suppose that's what I've been doing for years. So I'm a gun at it. And I think I was just thinking there that we've talked about each other, but we haven't really talked about Ninja Business Chicks.
Well,
And
that's what
yeah,
I'm saying. I was bringing it all together because I thought you're really the expert at that sort of back end streamlining techie stuff, whereas I believe I'm on that sort of more creative product creation side, mindset, strategy, psychology of marketing, all that kind of stuff. So that's where we bring it all together under this umbrella of Ninja Business Chicks, and that's why we think together we're stronger, and we bring in different sort of flavors to what we do. All right, so that's enough about us. Let's keep cracking. And as we've been doing that anyway, a lot of other people have joined us on the call, which is great because you haven't missed anything. We're just getting into the content, and why we wanted to put together this webinar was really to impart our knowledge of how you can really fast track your business intelligence, because there's so many thousands of books, CDs, DVDs, courses, weekends, everything under the sun, that you kind of people when they start out in business get into such overwhelm, and it's really tough to sort of decide what do I learn first. Do I learn the techie side of my business, or do I learn the marketing, or do I order my business cards, or do I go out networking? There's just a book on absolutely everything. So why it is important to fast track your business intelligence is because you want to obviously start getting rewards within your business ASAP. That means you've got to look after yourself and grow your business the fastest way possible. Um,
it is the fast track to success at the end of the day. So you probably could figure it out all on your own in the end, but it will be much more much more time consuming if you did it by yourself, if you did it with the techniques we're going to share with you tonight about how to grow that business intelligence and get there as quick as possible. Because the quicker you grow your library of intelligence, the quicker you'll be able to have your growth in your business, and the quicker you'll be able to move to the next level and get out of that really early kind of stage where you're just kind of fumbling your way through and you're being bombarded with 10,000 tips from your family and your friends saying, "Oh, I heard from someone you should be doing this, and I heard from someone you should be doing that." And the quicker you can grow your library of knowledge, whether it's physical or virtual, the better it's going to be for you. So it'll really fast track your success, and that's what you want. No one wants to be sitting around being in that early field for 10 years. You want to get to the best you can get as quickly as possible so you can make the money that you intended to, which is what you intended to start your business in the first place, really.
and the resources that we actually have available to us nowadays enable us to get to success a lot faster than it used to be. Like just the technology that's available, and the amazing power of social media it's something that shouldn't be discounted. So really, if you're not a techie person, probably the first place I would invest a lot of my learning is how to become a little bit more techie. And if that's not really your forte, then hire someone that you can outsource some of that stuff, especially if it's just the admin back end. I believe if you are doing social media, you should do it yourself because you know your product and service the best and how you can add value to other people. But some of the other bits, like the back end management, that can outsource.
Oh, totally. Like someone managing your website and
Yeah,
managing other areas of your data, your CRM and things like that. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're more about your business intelligence.
exactly right. So what are we going to discuss? We've got 3 topics tonight that we want to delve into with you guys, and then we're more than happy to actually for you to ask us, because getting to success is about modeling excellence. And what I have done, well, I don't know, I didn't actually say how long I have been in business. I've been in business 2 years and 10 months. Okay, so in that short amount of time, I have significantly and exponentially grown, and are generating 6+ figures and going towards the goal of 7 figures within the next couple of years. So, how I have done that is going to be shared tonight, as well as obviously Donna has done all of these strategies as well. Even though she has been very persistent over her 7 years, and has actually learned a lot through mistakes, haven't you?
Oh, totally. Totally learned through mistakes. I was very young when I started my business, and I had that mentality of, I'll do it myself.
I know it all.
Don't tell me what to do. I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
And that just comes with being immature. And
Yeah.
and I'm not afraid to admit that. I was very young when I started, but I learned a lot, and I learned a lot the hard way.
Yes.
And I'm okay with that, and I'm accepting that because it's made me who I am today, and that's a perfectly fine thing. So I can, you know, confidently say from your perspective, I know what it's like when you want to do it yourself or you make the mistakes because I've been there and I've done that.
Yeah, and you're a great person to have tested and measured so many things that don't work.
Oh, I've tried thousands of pieces of software.
Mm.
Thousands.
Mm.
And then when I find one I actually really like and I think works really well, then I share it with Nat.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So tonight we want to give you the simplest strategy to grow your business intelligent that really won't cost you any time, because what running a business is really, time is a luxury and time is money, as they say.
Totally.
And where your time is invested is very, very important. So rather than investing your time on study and reading, we want to give you a strategy that is not going to cost you any time, and you will still be able to educate yourself in a fast and very effective way, and actually big chunks of education. The second thing is we're going to talk about the secrets of the power of the mastermind. So how to utilize that so you can generate more ideas into your business, so that your business becomes a lot more successful. And being on your own, you've only got one brain. Whereas talking to other people, like for example, today I had an idea around what I wanted to do within my business. This is all brand new. Not going to share it as yet. But the first person was my husband. Her husband is part of my business now. So I said, what do you reckon about this? The minute I said it to him, goes, that's a great idea. We should add this onto it. So once we added on an extra idea into it, then it became even better. Then I rang Donna and I said, what do you reckon about this idea? And she gave me her opinion. Then I rang my Facebook, my mentor, and said, what do you reckon about this idea? So I used that sort of power of the mastermind. However, something else we're going to teach you is you have to do that on a bigger and wider scale.
And that's what being a the power of the mastermind all about, is using other people's minds and knocking ideas about, really, at the end of the day. That's what it's all about. But we'll get into it a bit more in a moment.
Yeah, and then the last thing is how to avoid rookie mistakes from the start, so that you don't take 7 years or 10 years to get to where you want to be going. We are hoping that in 10 to 12 years that you could be choosing whether you work, where you work, how you work, and with whomever you choose to work. And if you want to retire, then you can retire on a deserted island or whatever you like to call it. So let me just. Julie's just saying I can't read the bottom of the slide. Why is this Mac stuff appearing at the bottom of my slide?
What have you clicked?
I don't know what I've clicked. Oh.
No. Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Thanks, Julie. Okay, I think that those were the good on you, Donna. I'm hearing you, Debbie. So
Thanks, Debbie.
yeah,
I think sometimes I sit and I think, God, if I was doing what I'm doing in this past 12 months, if I started doing that from the beginning, I'd be a billionaire. And I think, well, no, you wouldn't have, because something else would have happened. You wouldn't be doing what you're doing today. But yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, Debbie.
so this is your journey to have, and something about business is not to actually look at it as a destination to arrive at. Like maybe you have a certain figure in your mind that means success to you, but trust me, it even if you arrive at that point, which for me was to hit six figures, I thought, yep, I will have arrived when I hit a six figure income, and I can just relax and stop marketing or whatever.
Oh, no, I've hit
It,
six figures years ago. It doesn't stop.
it doesn't stop because you actually do have more goals, and just new possibilities open up, and your focus just grows, and becomes more about challenging yourself than it becomes about then a dollar figure or anything like that.
No, no, and it's funny because I mean, this is slightly off topic, but you just reminded me about how that. I remember when I was like 18 or 19 years old, I proudly preached to everyone that I was going to be retired by 30. And my definition of retired is don't have to go to work if I don't want to for weeks at a time. Not literally, I wouldn't do anything. And I always said, I'm like, I'm going to retire by 30. And everyone's like, yeah, yeah, whatever you reckon. And I remember thinking at about 26, I thought, gee, I'd already been in business for a while. And I thought, I kept going the way I'm going, I'm never going to retire by 30. I better change it up. And I think that
Yeah.
really, and everything I've done today has just led me to the point where I am now. I'm not 30 yet, where I can actually make those changes and learn from my mistakes and get to the goal that I've set myself years and years ago. So it's just really cool about the journey I've been on, that I accept it perfectly.
Cool. And are you ready? Let's go. Now this one's not working. Here we go. The simplest strategy is to grow your business intelligence that doesn't cost you any time. Well, Donna said, "Why did you put a car there?" We're meant to discuss this strategy. It's because this is actually, I think it's my car, but it's not exactly the right color. But I have a Honda CRV, and I turn my car into a mobile classroom. So I have invested in a lot of books, but at the same time, I invest in a lot of audio CDs and anything that I love to be able to go through. I fast track my learning while I drive around. Now, in saying that, I tend not to drive around a lot because obviously I work from home, and then if I'm in the car, I've got the kids in the car, which is challenging. However, I've still got stacks of CDs. When I do get that opportunity, maybe to drive into the city or somewhere that is an hour and 30 minutes away, I always use that time to listen to audio CDs, educational stuff. So, for example, the sales excellence CDs that I've been learning and listening the last couple of days, that's exactly where I've done it. And just imagine if you spend 5 hours of time per week in your car driving from place to place, how much education you can actually get into. 5 hours is actually more than a book. Usually, they say it takes 3 to 4 hours on average for a person to read a book.
If you did it non-stop without stop, in one go.
Yeah. So if you listen to 5 hours worth of CDs, you will get 5 hours of your education around business. Now, a lot of people say, oh, where do you find them? Just go on Amazon or on eBay, and most of your favorite books, or most of the books that are really popular and bestsellers, will be available in audio form.
You don't have to get CDs as well. Like, I know Nat's saying CDs, but there are other options. You can download. You can actually download audio books straight onto your iPhone. So if you go running or walking or exercising in any way, or sitting on the bike at the gym, you can put your headphones in and listen to audiobooks that way.
Yes.
You can also obviously downloading audiobooks means you can actually, and if you've got them on your phone or on your MP3 player, most new cars have an MP3 jack that you can plug it into, and you can play it through your radio. So it doesn't have to. I just wanted to be clear that it doesn't physically have to be a CD if you don't need it to be a CD.
This is the techie Donna coming out with all her.
Oh, CDs are so ancient, Natasha. What are you talking about?
Because I listen to CDs.
I don't.
But still, it gets the job done. But there you go. Donna's added more value through saying, yes, absolutely, you can. I knew that you could convert them into MP3s. I just have all my CDs in my car, and I just like listening to them that way. But you're very right. You could put them on your phone, and
while
convert
you're
them.
exercising, I remember when we had our expo and we were giving away those free CDs, a couple of women contacted us later on letting us know that they actually play the CDs when they're cleaning the house.
Yes.
So there are lots of different, people do it in different ways. However, wherever you zone out and you're just in thinking mode, like that's why I think exercise is good, because a lot of people are just zoning out, then that's a really good time to just sit and listen, because you're not getting distracted with kids and other things.
Or as you said, housework is also a great one. I've heard that from a couple of my clients say that housework was something that they listen to educational CDs through. Now, some of you, it may or may not appeal to do this, because some people are more predominantly auditory, and other people like to see things, and others like to hold and feel things. So if I had a choice between listening to audio and reading a book, I would read a book because I like to hold it and highlight and do all of those things. However, I don't discount audio because I think that it saves me a lot of time when I'm, wasting time, as in driving to get from spot to spot, or as Donna said, if you're exercising, or if you're, cleaning the house and things like that. So
it is by far the simplest strategy to grow your business intelligence. Hands down, it is
Yep.
the simplest and
And
it is the cheapest. Yeah, I was going to say, it is the cheapest way. If you go and buy 20, 30 books that you're going to read over the next few months, and the equivalency in audiobooks is far cheaper. So it is the simplest and cheapest strategy that you can use tonight. You could go on and download something tonight if you wanted to, and start listening.
yeah.
And you can replay it, and you can do whatever you want with it. It is the quickest and easiest way.
And the second thing I'm going to mention here as an extra bonus tip is that I would listen to audio CDs over and over again. So generally, whenever I get a CD, I listen to it 3 to 4 times. Why? Because you only pick up a few distinctions within a educational CD as you listen through it once. The next time you listen to it, you pick up more distinctions and insights and tips and tools around that place. Then you can come back to it 2 or 3 months later or 6 months later and listen to it again. And depending on what stage of life you're at and what's happening in your environment, you will actually pick up things that are important to you at that time. So don't discount listening to stuff over and over and over again, because you're embedding it further into your subconscious mind, and it really becomes part of your language in terms of how you do business.
Okay, I've totally just had a really cool idea.
Okay.
I was sitting here thinking, I'm actually not a very auditory person. I am auditory digital, but I do like watching things. I tend to get it really, kind of like you. I like reading books. They don't have to be physical books. I can read them virtually. But I was sitting here thinking, for the people that are on the call that do not like sitting there listening, they can't concentrate. It's not their thing. If you watch a lot of TV, you can get this exact same you can get the exact same benefit that we're talking to you by today by watching video instead.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch, this is a totally different topic. It just hit me now. I thought I really want to share it because I'm recognizing some of the names on the call, more kinesthetic people that probably are not really into auditory learning. And I reckon you guys, if you go and find videos on TED Talks, and even some YouTube videos, even like Nat and I YouTube videos. Obviously, ours are very short, but you can get long videos on sales, on marketing, on motivation, on whatever you want to learn about in your business, on even bookkeeping and general things like that. If you can find videos on things that you want to learn about, in my opinion, that's far better than watching 3 hours or 2 hours of TV every night. And that's totally awesome. You can even watch them on your iPad in bed. There are apps that lets you watch TED Talks and things like that in bed. And I just think that's a great alternative to people who are not into listening that much.
And what I wanted to add on to that is, you don't have to even sit there for hours. I often will pull up 10 or 15-minute videos. If I feel like all day I've been just working on my business, in my business, I want something to just relax my brain, I'll pick up a Tony Robbins video on YouTube and I'll just watch it, even if it's on my phone.
Yeah.
While it's picking up, I'll just watch it and I'll go to bed and I'll just pick up this one insight. And then the next day is I share it with people. So that's my next little strategy for you guys. The minute you learn something new, teach it to someone else. Write that down. The minute you learn something new, stop laughing. Teach it to someone else, because sorry, the teacher in me comes out.
Sorry, I'm laughing because if you saw her face when she went, write that down. It was quite funny.
And so So that's my strategy. The minute I like, usually sometimes when I drive out, I actually see someone for a meeting, or I go, see a client or whatever it is. And the minute I arrive at that meeting, I'll find some kind of way to actually tell them something that I had just heard on my audio. And this week, the reason I've announced this week to be Sales Excellence Week, it is because everything that I'm learning and going through in these 6 CDs that I'm learning, I am wanting to teach other people, because that's how I'm going to embed the learning a lot better myself. So that's my bonus tip on this. So thanks, Julie, for saying very efficient use of time. Love the techie options. That was for you, Donna. Kudos. And Ted, very cool, Debbie saying.
Ted,
All right.
TED is very cool. If you don't know about TED Talks, go and Google it. TED is in the boy's name, TED.
Yeah.
You can learn amazing things.
All right, so let's get on to the second point, because we are aware and respectful of your time. So let's talk about the secrets of the power of the mastermind. So what we also decided to do is to put these in order of cheapest to most expensive.
Yeah, so this is the middle ground.
And this is the middle ground where you are going out and networking with people. So networking with people that have different skills in different areas of business. So whether it'll be accountants, bookkeepers, lawyers, whatever other industries are out there, all of these people have so much knowledge, and that is a specific niche knowledge within an area where perhaps you're quite I guess ignorant, you could say. And becoming a member of one or two regular networking groups allows you to really establish fantastic relationships. And in a way, yes, you invest into the networking. However, the amount of advice that you actually get back, or ideas that you actually generate from people, is I think outweighs, because you get a lot of free advice, and then obviously if you want to do more work with the person, you can do work with them. But for a couple of questions that you might have, like for example, I network with a lawyer, I'll have a couple of questions because she's organized my licensing for me, and she won't charge me for something like that. Same thing as the bookkeeper that's part of our group. I also went to her, and she showed and looked through my stuff and gave me a lot of advice for an hour. And then I went back and had a training session with her that I paid for. Yeah.
So I just wanted to say, I think what we're trying to say here is that we've talked about networking before from a relationship building kind of leading to client generation perspective. Now we're talking to you about it from a educational perspective, about how you can grow your business intelligence through networking, because all networking groups are in a way a mini or big, depending how big the group is, of mastermind group, where you can learn from each other, share your ideas, share your knowledge, share your tips. And one of my tips that I want to say is that if you've been in business for a while, try and hang, or even at least a year, try and find a group of people that are a little bit ahead of you in business, because then they will actually be able to teach you lots of new things. I used to be part of a group of a networking group that had a lot of people who were only 1 or 2 years into their business. I've been in business for 7 years, or they're either 1 or 2 years, or they'd been in business for many years but really had never progressed to the next level ever. And after a while, it kind of, it's not that it became boring, but I realized I wasn't really learning anything new from these people. So I actually just joined a different group of people who were way beyond me, and then I started learning really cool tips and tricks and modeling them, seeing, oh, is that how they're filling their workshops for their things? I'm going to fill my workshops the same way. It seems to be working for them. And that's the kind of stuff that I learned by being part of this mini mastermind group, which is a little bit more expensive than, audio learning or video learning, but not as expensive as our next tip. So it is a really cool technique. And the beauty of it is obviously networking, you can get clients from it and things like that. So we're teaching you to treat networking from a different perspective tonight.
Yeah. And the idea around licensing for myself came from me being in this networking group with a business coach. And we went out for a coffee chat and we talked about all this stuff. And then he said, well, this is what I'm doing in my business. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. How do you do that? And I started asking him all the how questions. So I would find out how it was, what the model looked like. I ended up doing something different, but the seed was planted back then that this was a possibility for me. It didn't come into fruition until probably 12 months later for myself, but it was really cool to have the plan seeded but through someone that was ahead. Definitely, like you say, definitely surround yourself by people that are ahead of you, that are going to teach you things that perhaps you're not aware of as yet, because we truly don't know what we don't know, do we?
Oh, exactly. You don't know what you don't know. If you can hang out with people who know more than you, it's going to rub off. You know what they say, your business is as successful as the people that you hang out with. I'm sure there's a better, more eloquent way
I
of
said it
delivering.
earlier, your network equals your net worth.
Is
Yeah,
that, is
your
that,
network
no, the
equals
other way
your,
around. Your net worth equals your network, wasn't it?
well, it's the
Anyway,
same. It's the same. Anyway, so guys, if you do have any questions or comments at this stage, just keep posting them up a bit as we go along, because we keep checking the Q&A box to just make sure that we answer all comments or questions, and if there is even an odd question that doesn't fit into this, we're happy to answer that at the very end. So if you're cool, we'll keep going. Jeez, the time just flies, doesn't it?
I know. That's what
All right.
happens when you talk to us. Time just flies.
Yeah. So to just wrap up this particular point is to find yourself a group of networking. I mean, you could even find a formal mastermind group. They exist out there as
They
well.
do, yeah, and they're called mastermind groups
Yeah,
usually. Yeah,
exactly that. I think the Smart Networking Forum, they're in that kind of a setup where they help each other out. So what happens in mastermind groups, just for those of you that don't know, is that a problem, say, comes on the table, and a lot of the people that are there, say 10 or 12 people, put their heads together and work out how the person can delve into solving it, and what's the best way, and how will it be the most profitable and for them and sustainable in terms of creating the change in their business.
yeah. It's a forum for you to ask questions and for everyone to work on the problem together.
Yeah.
And everyone gets a turn, as opposed to a general networking event where you just go in with a cup of coffee and just walk around and chit chat to people. This is a bit more structured. Like there's a problem and everyone works on the solution together.
Yeah. Debbie says, yes, love all the pearlers.
Nat is just brimming with pearlers, Debbie. Brimming with them.
Awesome. All right, so let's talk about the most expensive strategy of how to fast track your business intelligence. And this one is all about getting your own mentor or coach or consultant, whichever way you want to call them. It's like nowadays, I kind of think everything intermingles together, and I like to say I'm a coach, consultant, mentor, support person, whatever it is. So for me, because I speak to from personal experience, I guess I'll kick this one off, because Donna, you didn't have a mentor. You thought you could do it all on your own.
Yeah, I was a child. Remember, I could do
A
what I want.
child.
I don't need anyone's help.
Yeah. So what I did about 3 months after starting my business, because I had heard, and being a coach myself, as qualified as a coach, I heard coaching gets you from A to B the fastest way possible. So I took that on as a belief, and I thought, you know what? If that's what the case is, I need to find myself a coach. So I did hire someone from 3 months into my business, and this person specialized in helping startup businesses, avoid the rookie mistakes. And yes, there was an aspect of it where I still made mistakes. Success is a whole bunch of failures, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we want to define it, and there's another perler for you, Debbie. And so this particular person really was a crucial part of my journey, and he was someone that really called me on my
BS.
limitations, on my BS, on my excuses, on things that I thought I should be doing, but really were not the right thing. And he gently, I guess, steered me in the right direction as it was. And I really found it to be something super valuable, even though in the beginning, the amount I invested per hour with this person was something I had never paid anyone in my life that much, not even a doctor.
So basically, this guy or your coach imparts his business intelligence to you directly.
Yep.
The quickest way.
Yeah.
The quickest way directly, also the most expensive, but it is the quickest way for you to get to the goal that you were trying to achieve.
Yeah.
I mean, because remember, we're giving to in stages from cheapest to most expensive. And obviously, all three of them take different times, but this is very quick, to the point. his brain, his brain power, his knowledge, his expertise directly in your head, right
Yeah.
into your ear, easy going.
Yeah.
All of the extra fluff taken away. No more filtering through, lots of books you have to read. Nothing like that. Straight to the point. This is the point.
Yeah.
That he's trying to get to you.
And that's not to say that I didn't do the other two strategies.
No.
So,
I'm not saying to discount them all. I'm just saying that they're the different types and they're the different benefits and limitations to each.
yeah. So basically, with with my mentor, I still did a certain percentage of my time where I read the books and listened to the CDs. I definitely went out to a couple of networking events every week, and then I also invested in him. And the first thing that I would do and complete was the homework that he gave me. Okay, so anything that he said that I had to complete between session to session, that was the first thing I did. Recently, I have hired a new mentor, and that's because I felt like I had outgrown my previous mentor, and I needed something fresh because for 2.5 years I was actually with him. So hang on, let me just see. Do you want to answer that?
I was just trying to see what Julie's question
just
is.
saying, how much does a mentor cost roughly? Julie, it can vary. It can start. Look, business mentoring. It at the time I was paying 165, but that's actually pretty low, and I wouldn't be right in saying that. Business mentoring would be a minimum of 250 an hour. Okay, so it just depends who you find and how much they they charge. It can vary.
It's
like some people,
it's very varied. It's probably best that you find someone in your that you respect and or in your industry or your niche that you respect and that you feel that you've got a connection with, like have a conversation with them and do you connect with them? Because even if you tried to hire the best coach ever in the world, if you didn't get along or if you didn't like what he or she how they spoke or communicated with you, nothing is going to come out of it. You have to really connect and really work well together. You have to almost
tell them. Let's tell them how much we charge if we were to do one-on-one, because we do some one-on-one mentoring, myself and Donna separately. So what do you charge?
So I'm pretty cheap. I charge $150 an hour, but the clincher for me is you have to sign up for a year. I don't coach for anyone less than a year. You sign up for a year or you don't become a mentor at all. And the reason, and for me, my personal reason is that you can't do 1 hour here and there. Some people say to me, "Oh, can I just do an hour once a month now and then?" No, you can't, because nothing comes out of it. It has to be consistent and has to be it has to be ongoing. At the moment, I do have a different package that combines a whole lot of things, not just the mentoring. But that's just my example. But the most people that I mentor are people who want to start a virtual business, predominantly virtual assistants. Those people that come to me for mentoring are those groups of people, and that's who I attract. I don't attract general business coaching clients. Because that's not how I position myself.
Yeah, and I mostly mentor people on product creation and book writing and things like that when it comes to business. So really getting them to combine their product into packages so they can create passive income and be seen as the credible experts. So I don't see people around weight loss. As you guys know, it's my licensees that take care of that part of it, because I had done that for 2 years, and it's actually now at the next level because I've become, I guess, a coach of the coaches. And so when I charge, mine is a monthly. I don't block people into contracts, but I charge 430 plus GST, and they get 1 90-minute session, and they get a 15-minute laser call in between the monthly strategy sessions. So, and people go as long as they want or stay as short as they want. As long as they're getting value, they keep coming. And I personally will pay my own mentor $975 per month, and work with her for about 4 hours every month. So there's different people will structure it up differently, and so it's about how you value yourself, or do you see that person being of that much value? Because if I didn't think I was valued what my price is, or Donna didn't think she was valued at what she was asking for, we wouldn't be able to sell it. And that's the thing. Same thing with your business services and products. You do have to believe in the value of them, and you have to actually believe that the value is greater than the asking price. You have to believe that, and write that down. Write down that whatever my asking price is, I have to deliver more value than that, and for the person to walk away with. Brenda's just asked, how do you find the right mentor? For me, and I just can only talk from personal experience how I chose my two mentors, because obviously it's been a very long time with my first one, 2.5 years, and now I've just started with my second one. Is you know what? I just went on gut feeling. If I felt I had really awesome rapport with this person, and I saw something in them that I want to become, so my new mentor is everything that I want to be in the future. And generally, you guys, you will find that you hire people or you buy things of people because they've got something that you want. Another example was within when I was doing weight loss. When I was looking after a lot of weight loss clients, they would hire me to be their coach because they wanted to become the person, have the body that I had. On a subconscious level, that's where it all starts. That's where the emotional connection is.
Well, I
So,
mean, that's how I've hired a mentoring and coaching and consulting. I'd say more mine was in packages, like single packages for projects that I wanted help with in achieving. And everyone that I hired has purely been because they were able to not convince me, but I felt like they had what I wanted. They were succeeding in the thing that I wanted to succeed. So I contacted them firstly I hung out with them a little bit actually, just to see what they were like, to see if I
mm-hmm.
liked them, asked them a few questions, network with them a bit more, and then and I said to them, do you think I could have that? Do you think this would work in my business? How would I do it? And they would tell me, for nothing. They would say, this is how it would work. And then I'd be like, well, can you help me? And then they would give me a quote. So that's the way I did it. I had a very specific thing I wanted to achieve, and I just found the person who I just watched my market around me, who's got what I want and who can show me how to do it.
Yeah.
That's how I picked my areas.
Julie's just asked, interested in can you ask anyone to be a mentor, or would you recommend a person who provides a mentoring service?
That's a really good question, actually.
Yeah. Well, I would choose the person that obviously not if people didn't offer consulting or mentoring or coaching, they may not know how to go about it, but they could also teach you their strategies. If they've got something you want, you can actually ask anyone to be your mentor. Because I think when I first met you, Donna, did you provide mentoring at all then? I don't think you did.
No, not really. No, I mean I did a lot of what I think actually what happened when we met was that I used to give away my time for free.
Yes.
I used to answer questions for people and help people out because I do like to help people out. And then it was more about the fact that
taking a lot of your time.
A lot of my time, I was spending hours on the phone answering people's questions, which was detracting from me making any money. And then obviously it was about me learning that that is valuable and not to feel bad about charging my time out because if people want my help, genuinely want my help, they will pay for it. And I think and for me specifically, for those of you that are on the call that work in the VA world, that this is a really touchy subject because a lot of VAs think that they should be giving their time away to each other for free because we should all be helping each other out. But unfortunately, there are some VAs that are far more successful than others, and they're the ones that are going to be constantly targeted by other people interested in getting their help because they're totally awesome and they won't charge the fees that they deserve to charge for their time. And I think that's what my thing was. I gave the help, but I didn't used to charge for it. And you need to because
then I made you.
Then she made no. She encouraged me.
I gently persuaded her.
But it's been a really good thing, because when people are paying for the mentoring,
that's what I was about to say.
when people paid for my mentoring, I actually gave them more. I looked forward to it. I helped them more, and it wasn't about the money. It was the fact that they actually valued me, as opposed to my phone ringing every 5 minutes, somebody asking a techie question, and me going, "Oh God, how much time am I going to waste now?" Not because I don't want to help people, but because they just have a lot of questions, and I'm more technically advanced from them. And how am I going to teach them to do it over the phone without wasting 45 minutes?
And you need, which
made me lose my other work I could have been doing. So as soon as the money came into it, it was almost like a bit more respect came about it. People respected the time more.
Well, that's like when I originally started out coaching, I did pro bono coaching. And what that meant was a lot of people weren't really making any changes, or they would just would cancel on me or reschedule and not respect it. And I really was disappointed. And I used to think, and my mentor at the time said, just wait, Nat. When people are paying, when they have skin in the game, they will also have the commitment, because you're not going to, lay out X amount per hour to a person unless you're committed in making that change. And so I see it that way as well for myself. I invest in my mentors not just for the expertise, but it's kind of in a way really a commitment to myself. So I believe we first start off with making that commitment to ourselves before we make it to other people. And it's for me, like, last week I had my first mentoring session with a new mentor, and I've re listened, I recorded it, and I've re listened now to the whole 4 hours and picked up new distinctions. So, this is another tip. There you go. Just popped into my head. If you do hire a mentor to teach you something, please record your sessions and then replay them 2 or 3 times. That's like an educational CD, because the stuff that she was teaching us was so advanced because my husband was there during that session as well, and we've been re-listening together this whole week. And he goes, "Oh my god, I'm so glad you recorded that session, because like I've just picked up so much." And I actually sit at the computer and type up more and more notes. So that's another way that I just the value has been amazing, as well as when you do have a mentor. With myself, people can unlimited amount of times email me, or have unlimited amount of those laser calls, as I said, 15-minute calls, whereby if they need me, they can just call me and they can have those. And 15 minutes is quite a bit of time when you think about it.
Oh
on
yeah, yeah.
on, on the
In
phone.
coaching, it is. Yeah, I was sitting here thinking it's kind of like Light and Easy. If anyone's ever been on Light and Easy, people who buy Light and Easy lose weight because they refuse to eat any other food because
Yeah,
they're paying so much for these
yeah.
teeny tiny meals, and you think, my God, if I don't lose weight eating these teeny tiny meals because I've gorged secretly on other food in my house, I've just wasted $1,000 a week, or however much it costs. I don't know.
It doesn't cost $1,000.
Whatever it costs, I know it costs a lot more than if you made the food from scratch.
Yeah.
So I just think of it like that, like and then the minute you get off, but if you were doing it for free, if you got the food for free, you just eat whatever you wanted, you wouldn't care.
Yeah.
And it's a similar concept. I know it's a really weird analogy, but as Nat was talking, I was sitting there thinking it's kind of like Light and Easy.
Yeah, you make that commitment, and
You have to do it. You don't have a choice because you spend all this money on doing it.
yeah. And everything I've been told, even like now, whatever we were given as homework, I felt like it's going to take me forever to do it. But as the week is progressing, hasn't even been a week, and I feel like I'm 90% through all the homework I've been given, and it's like still going to be another 3 weeks still out. But we're having an extra bonus hour, I think, as a conference call on Friday, which means I'll get more stuff to do. But I'm that kind of a person that if someone gives me the homework, like, I guess I'm a bit of a teacher's pet.
Oh God.
You know, and I want to like impress people, because I just I respect them. Even this person is 3 years younger than me, so that's really cool. So I trust that this strategy. Is there any more questions that you guys actually have around this particular, finding your coach, your mentor, your consultant?
It is a very new concept for a lot of people. So if you have any questions, just ask. They can be completely private. We don't have to share your name if you don't want to. And if you want to ask it later on, you can always email us later on, because we know a lot of people are very nervous about the whole concept of hiring a mentor or coach because it's very brand new to them, and we get that.
Yeah, and while you were saying that, I was going to say something else and now I forgot.
Oh
What
well.
was it? Nah, but it's gone, and if it's meant to come back, it'll come back. Yeah, we're totally open to questions and anything outside of this, and we just want to be part of that. Debbie's just said, would you think that it's highly recommended hiring mentor or coach if you can afford it, if your life is not going to be in uh, jeopardy. When I think back on how much I paid for my mentor, and I wasn't making any money in my business, but I was working 3 days in my day job, and my husband had a full-time job, which meant that I just had to go without, say, buying new clothes, or we had to be.
We don't want you to lose your home because you can't pay your mortgage to hire a coach.
Yeah.
You gotta be smart about it. You gotta do it within reason. And
Yes.
but yeah.
Yeah, you got to do it, and you got to be comfortable with it, so that you're not feeling, oh my god, I've got this big bill coming up, and I just can't. Then you're not going to focus your energy in a positive way. You're just going to be thinking of the money. For me, as you've heard, Donna didn't have one, but she's also found other ways to barter some services, to get some advice and all
Oh
that.
no, the first coaching package that I hired for it was a gentleman to help me achieve a project I wanted to achieve. I paid $8,000 for it. $8,000 in one hit to get this project done, like for him to teach me how to do it. That's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money. That's not a few coins. That's a lot of money. 8 grand in one go. So I've paid. I've just done it in different ways
Yeah.
because of the personality I am, and I like just to do it on my own.
Mm.
So if I need the help with someone, I'm gladly to pay for it, and I'll get your help to deal me with that one project, and let me go off and do what I need to do. Then if I get stuck somewhere else, I'll go hire someone else to teach me that one bit. And that's the way I work.
And Brenda's just asked, have you found it better to have face to face mentoring? I actually, half my time hasn't been face to face, and half the time I have had face to face, Brenda. And I can't tell the difference. I really can't tell the difference. It's the same for me. To obviously you can see and touch each other if it's face to face, but it's more convenient for me to have it online, and that's what we're doing this Friday. We're having a conference call. If the person's around, then the person's around. But if the expert you need is not around in your area, then do it online. It doesn't matter. If I found someone really awesome in the United States or Canada, I'd hire them. If if in a way they were able to build that trust and rapport with me, over the phone or the
Skype.
internet or Skype, whatever it is.
Yep.
So here we go.
What can you get with $10? I love that heading. So what we thought was, and I'm so glad you guys asked a lot of questions about the mentoring and coaching, because this is the perfect solution, I suppose, to anyone who's always considered it but they're not sure, they can't afford it. So an hour with myself and Nat together would normally value at $500, and we know that not everyone has that kind of money, and we know that, and particularly for Nat and I, we don't have a lot of hours to just. It's not like we can have 100 people that we can mentor. We simply don't have that kind of hours in our business left, and we want you to fast track your business intelligence and help you grow and explode your business. And so what you can get for just $10, which is a couple of coffees, basically every week, is the opportunity for you to get a podcast delivered directly to your inbox. So how we can afford to give you an hour of our time for only $10 is purely because it isn't one-on-one time. It isn't face-to-face, and it isn't via Skype. It's us sharing our best tips, sharing our best knowledge, our best pieces of information that we've gathered over the years, all of our techniques, and we've recorded it for you. Every month we do a recording, and we can deliver it straight into your inbox, and you can download it and burn it onto a CD and put in your car, like what we've been talking about. You can put it in to your iPhone and listen to it while you're doing exercise, whatever works for you. And Nat, seriously, I'm sitting in her office at the moment, and she's got like, I don't know, 100 and something books on her shelf in this office alone. I'm sure she's got more in her house. And if you think about all that knowledge that she passes on, all her pearls of wisdom, and all of the mistakes that I've done, everything that I've learned, because I've been networking for years and years, and I've been doing business for a long time, and I've used a lot of technology. So by us recording an hour every month and sharing it with you for $10, you'll be able to boost your business intelligence really quick, directly from us in a really conversational way. It's exactly how we are right now. We laugh, we talk, we share our ideas, we interrupt each other. It's awesome, and you get to get all that information directly into your inbox. So part of some of the topics that we've done on the podcast are things like the end in mind, the magic of goal setting. We talk about success principles, our personal success principles, not the ones that we've read in a textbook and we're just reading out to you. These are the 10 that work
our
for
mindset,
us. Yeah. All about your client and your ideal client and your target market, how to niche yourself down, because as the Americans would say, the riches are in the niches. We talk a lot about technology, so things like your website and social media, and also about packaging your services so you get out of selling your time for money and how you can leverage yourself and make more money. Each hour is a different topic each month, and if you listen to them in the logical order, you will really fast track your business to success. We've actually got 2 years worth of topics already planned out, so we're at month 5.
We just recorded that at 5 o'clock today. We recorded month 5, Prime Minister Secrets for Business.
They're really good, actually. Don't listen to what she said. No, they're really cool. So if you are interested in getting along to and signing up for our podcast, it is valued at easily over $97 a month, but we're only giving your investment's only $10 a month, so a couple of coffees really. And all you need to do to sign up is go to the Ninja Business Chicks website, so ninjabusinesschicks.com.au, and there is a tab called Ninja Tips, which will allow you to sign up for the podcast. It's done via PayPal, so it's really easy, automatic, and we've got a one-time only bonus for you. So I'm just trying to read it, sorry, because the screen's not there.
The screen's not there.
For signing up before midnight tonight, we'll give you the first 3 months that have already been released, which is obviously valued at $291. Because if you sign up today, you're going to get from month 5, not
Yeah.
from month 1. But if you sign up
Month 4.
normally, but if you sign up today, we'll give you the 3 extra bonus ones.
Awesome.
So
Cool.
that's about it. But I think
Hang
we
on,
had a
there's a
couple of
questions.
questions. I'm just going to have a read of them. How much time would you say you spend your time on working for others to make money as compared to building your business so that it self generates an income? Julie, I'm not quite sure. Like, do you mean how much time I spend on my business as opposed to servicing
In,
clients? Is that what you're trying to say?
on versus in the business?
Is that what you mean? Let me know if that's what you mean, because I just want to make sure I'm answering your question correctly. And Debbie is, thanks, Debbie. You'd love to have a partner in crime. It's, a lot of people have said this to us, and Nat and I didn't start out like this. We just kind of hung out, and Nat coached me a little bit. She helped me with a few things, and I gave her some techie help, and we kind of helped each other out. And then we realized, hey, we're really similar, and we have similar target markets, so let's do some cool stuff
And
together.
I think Debbie is already part of our podcast, and I think she said very nice. I like this. Debbie, have you listened to all the others? I mean, just to give us some feedback, that would be really cool to hear.
And Brenda's asked, how long are you signed up? Oh, it's however long you like. The $10 is automatic. If you don't like it, you can just cancel it. It's the sign up and the cancellation is controlled at your end, not at our end. We can't control how long you're signed up for, because it's as long as you like. That's how PayPal works. Oh, cool, Julie. Okay, so for me, at the beginning when I first started, Julie wants to know, how much time do you spend on your business, growing your business, versus servicing your clients or selling your product? Yeah. So in my particular case, at the beginning, I was very, very smart, and I'm very proud to say that I had a very, very, very specific niche. So I completely monopolized my market in my particular niche, and I sold. I think I did a little bit of making at the beginning, and then the amount of referrals I got were out of control. And I actually very rarely marketed myself, purely because I had more clients than I could handle, and I was literally doing, I reckon, 95% servicing my clients as I was growing. But as an immature business owner, I did not realize that was, yeah, that was good, but I actually could have made a lot more money and got to where I am a lot more quicker if I actually had worked on my business. So now, being a much more intelligent business owner, what I actually do is I actually probably spend, I'd say, 65 to 70% actually growing my business. I don't do that much client work anymore, because everything I've designed has been created and implemented, and I've got team members that can deliver it. And I literally now just spend my time selling, growing and selling, networking, growing and selling. And I don't even network online a lot now, because given the nature of what I do, and the leads that are coming in every day, like, I'm just trying to get through them all. I don't have to go out and look for them all, because I get so many. And literally all I do is network and grow and sell, and I don't even have to deliver. Someone else delivers it for me, which is awesome to position to be at, which is where you want to be at, eventually.
That's what I do. I would have said 70% on my business and 30% in my business. And that 30%, when it's in, it's either delivering some webinars or taking care of some of my one-on-one mentoring clients. And 70% to 30. That's what I would say.
So yeah, but I'm happy to admit that at the beginning, I was like 95% for my clients, because I got pretty good leads because of my niche, but also I was young, I was immature in my business, and I was so excited that people were paying me to do work for my computer in the lounge room that I didn't care about anything else. And I was like, oh my God, someone just paid me to do a bit of typing. This is so cool. And I was happy and I was content. And the fact that I was content meant I didn't look for anything bigger. And that's okay, because I was really happy at that point in my life. It's only when I wasn't content anymore that I changed.
Same thing as me. I coached and coached and coached one-on-one, and it got to a point where I was 80% in the business and 20% on the business, and I just really wanted to get, you know, beyond selling my time for money. And actually the stuff that we're doing right now, it's so much more exciting, because the people we're helping people exponentially, and the ripple effect is really spreading, because there are other people delivering our programs and helping others. I could only help, say, 20 to 30 clients at one time to lose weight. Now with 25 coaches Australia wide, multiply that by 20, let's say on average, that's 500 people are being helped around their weight loss journeys. So it's really, really exciting, and that's when you actually start to make a difference on a big scale. Wendy says, "Is there any other way I can pay as I don't use PayPal?"
Yeah, we can work something out, Wendy. I'll give you a buzz or shoot you an email, and we couldn't do it manually for you. That's not a problem.
Cool. And Julie just says, "Wonderful. I'm at the beginning. Yes, I'm still excited about being able to do it from home in my PJs, but now I need to step it up." Yeah, and a lot of our stuff,
Julie, can I ask? Your name seems so familiar, but I know so many people. Are you from the VA world, just by any chance? Can you just let me know? Because I'm just curious. I'm trying to place your name in my mind. I'm trying to remember where I saw your name from. But sorry, keep going. Now I just interrupted you.
and I don't know what to say.
Anyway, that's awesome, Julie. I'm so glad that you're excited because there we go. I knew your name from somewhere. um, I'm so glad that you're excited because excitement is awesome. It will push you. It'll keep you going and keep you motivated. It's just maintaining that excitement. And you know what? Just on a side note, I remember every time I saw my mentor, coach slash consultant, I used to feel so invigorated at the end. Like, yeah, let's get going. New steps ahead, and hopefully that podcast will do it for you because we talk with very lots of motivational techniques for you.
Oh, cool. And I think I did remember what. Oh no, it's got. I always do this. I have so much running through my head, and I was like, "Oh, I've got this really cool thing to share," and then it's gone. I bet you it's gonna get worse as I get older.
I know.
Oh my god.
Your grandma.
Oh, well, grandma. One last question from Brenda. Is it $10 every month or $10 for the first month?
It's $10 every month. For each podcast, it's $10. So
Yeah.
when the $10 comes out every month, then we send out the link for the next podcast for you.
And for tonight's one-time offer, it's that you will get 4 lots of podcasts for $10. So it's really
if you sign up by midnight
tonight. So $2.50 for the first 4 months per podcast. That's less than a coffee.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I should sign up.
yeah. So in terms of the benefit, it's not even, as I said, $2.50, and then it's $10, and you've got the power at your end to cancel whenever you want, and we share everything that we just do. That's it. I know what I was going to say. I remembered. So when you go out networking, if you want to work from your PJs, like Julie said, you first do have to step outside and actually meet people and generate that business. That's how you were able to do that. The reason you're working 95% in your business was because, first of all, you were out there, you met people.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Julie, and anyone else listening to what I said, because I know I always call myself as working in my pajamas. I totally went out there and met new people. I met a lot of people and I did it. But as soon as I got home, I put my trackies on and I went on the couch and I worked.
Yeah.
But I never went out and met people in my trackies.
Yeah.
And but I did go out and network because it is very quick. I always say, if anyone's watched my video, I always say the quickest way you'll get clients is through networking. Hands down, it is the quickest way. You'll get it other ways, but it'll be so much slower. So yeah, don't undervalue or underestimate the value of face-to-face networking. It is an amazing tool especially for you, Julie, as a VA. It's the easiest way to get clients.
Yeah, and once you've got that full list, you can really just explode your business through word of mouth. And as we said, like lately this year, it's been like I'm just stuck in this room, like virtually talking to people all of the time on phone calls, on Skype, on meeting, and I feel like I could be across the other side of the world, which I am going to Thailand and Macedonia twice this year. I'm traveling overseas, and I'll do my business from over there. So that's the ultimate, I guess. I've got this affirmation. I can work from anywhere in the world, and it's totally
Mine
doable.
is I will retire by 30.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you, ladies. Some of you have been sending us some really lovely comments, and we appreciate it. We're glad that we've been entertaining for you.
Thank you, Wendy, for saying we're brilliant, and Brenda that we're funny. And we want to be respectful of your time, let you get on with your evening and take lots of notes. Go through your notes again, and we'll post this recording up so you can listen again if you want to pick up new distinctions along the way. And on that note, we're just going to say hi, I'm Nat, the Red Ninja.